All right, hello, welcome to Adventures in Lollygagging and Friends. We are back to playing Monster of the Week tonight. We are continuing our Family Splatters campaign. We are starting up a new mystery, and the mystery involves how to break par at a par 72 golf course in North Carolina, maybe South Carolina. I haven't decided yet. One of the Carolinas. It's gonna be great. I did this one this is for Chuck, because Chuck has had this freaking golf course background the whole time.
It's perfect.
So, damn it. Yeah, it's working. So yeah, we're starting up a brand new one. Last time around, there was a bunch of pig sounds. I am sad that there's no reason really to play them anymore. So, but I feel like I got my money's worth.
Maybe there'll be a wild boar somewhere in the woods.
That's true. We could definitely do that. It's still in the south, sort of ish, kind of.
Mm-hmm.
So makes sense. Or maybe I just bring the monster back and that's that. I can do whatever the hell I want, right? I think that's what it says.
Yeah. Razorback 2. This time it's personal.
If we're going to be on a golf course, do you have like the gopher from Caddyshack soundboard?
No, I was trying to find a golf clap though.
Oh, okay.
Like every time you guys did something cool, I was going to play a golf clap, but I couldn't find one that I liked. It was all like a lot like big applause and stuff like that. But that's what I was going to do. That would be great. Just like, hey, so yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and attack this thing. Okay, that's successful. Okay, and then golf clap. All right, and then we could all just like speak in like everyone's got to speak in hushed tones when you go to describe what you're doing. So Phil Theodore is approaching the monster. Looks like he's got a nice 7-iron out today. Wind's coming off his right. Stuff like that should be great, right? Am I the only one?
Yeah.
Who knows golf shit?
I figured we'd go completely Caddyshack instead.
Yeah, I don't know shit about golf.
And
Yeah,
Colby's just set fire.
I don't have the patience for it.
Fair enough.
Highly annoys my mother-in-law, who was a professional golfer. And I'm like, man.
Your mother-in-law's a professional golfer?
Yeah, she was in Korea.
I had no idea. That's awesome. Okay.
Very
We
cool.
should talk afterwards. I used to play a bunch when I was younger. I was like on the sort of like I played competitively when I was a teen and stuff.
Cool.
So yeah, I'm teaching sort of I'm not teaching Melissa, but Melissa's sort of trying to learn how to play because we're like maybe we'll see. I don't know.
Maybe.
I don't know. But hey, we get to talk about golf. So yeah, we'll do Caddyshack references. So that'll be great.
Nice.
Rat farts and all that kind of stuff.
Hmm.
Or yeah, Happy Gilmore is a good one too. We could do Happy Gilmore references. Okay.
There you go.
That's probably the only two. I don't know. There's Tin Cup, but
Yeah.
that might be too into golf. I'm not sure if people have seen the Tin Cup one.
Wasn't there one with Will Smith?
That's the one set in Savannah.
Vance. That's the Legend of Bagger
There you
Vance. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
You certainly could. You can certainly. That's what I should have done. I should have made this the Legend of Bagger Vance, and he's just like a ghost come back as like really pissed off. Like, done that. God damn.
Nothing but Fresh Prince references.
Dwarf on Golf. I have
Oh,
OG copy on VHS of Dwarf on Golf in the other room. It's fantastic.
I love Dwarf.
Yeah, it's good times. All right. Well, let's do some intros. We won't start with Chuck because he's talking to somebody. So let's go ahead and we're going to go down to Jeremy. Okay. Jeremy, can you introduce yourself? Who the hell you are?
Hi, I'm Jeremy. I'm apparently a bastard. But I'll be playing Corbin, who is also a bastard and a hex. He's like the tall, lanky goth boy of the group with these fire serpent tattoos that he uses to cast spells. And he's a really lucky guy, and he shunts off all his bad luck onto other people. Like a good person.
Yeah, I mean, I think that makes sense. And you are very creative in how we channel your divination as we use things sinks and toilet bowls. What new disgusting water can we use this time? We'll find out.
Only the best.
Only the best.
Artisanal divination.
All right. Looks like Chuck's ready to go. Chuck, tell us about Phil Theodore.
Hey, I'm Phil. I'm the older brother of Donna, and I'm just excited to get out there and hit the links today. Is that the right term?
That is right. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It's not a link style course, but that's okay.
That's fine. I'm going for an albatross today. That's what I'm going for.
Okay. Do you know what that means?
It's 2 under on a 5.
That's true. My greatest shot of all. I've never had a hole in one, but I have in fact had an albatross or a double eagle, depending on where you're from. Yeah. It's the best shot I've ever hit in my life in competition and everything. It's great.
Wow, go you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I like
it's me,
watching
Phil, older
Chuck
brother.
look at the list of
Like,
golf.
what is that one? Okay. I
So,
am on
what's Phil's
37
handicap?
golf terms. For reading,
You don't know what handicap means.
no. Oh,
We're gonna make sure
you don't know,
spit out
you'll
his
need it.
drink.
Handicap is basically a number, like your score. It's like it's a way of balancing people who are bad at golf with people who are good at golf. It's like how many, basically it's like how many strokes you spot a person. So if like you're a 15 handicapper or something like that, you're kind of an average golfer.
okay.
If you're so is Phil a scratch golfer? Do you think? I think Phil would be a scratch golfer.
Is he good or is he not good?
He's good.
really
Phil
fun.
is good. Yeah,
This is
Phil
really
is
fun.
good. Chuck is not.
It's gonna be great. Okay. All right. All right.
Yeah.
Next up, we've got Anton Bankowski. Bert, tell us about Anton.
Oh, what's to tell? Anton is all American. I misplaced my passport. Yeah, I love the new trends in clothing. I wear a lot of polyester. I'm now wearing a white polyester suit with the straw motor. It's all the fashion, I understand. Of course, I'm, looking through magazines that are a few decades old, but I think it's still good. It's still good. I'm a reporter. I like writing up about our escapades, and you might see some of my columns under the magazines you get at the checkout counters at the local grocery stores, like, The Sun, and Entertainer. Wrote a fascinating column about having Elvis's baby. You might have heard of it.
Very nice. Very nice. Ever written for Golf Digest or Golf Magazine?
Well, until the aliens came to abduct on the 18th hole, they were buying it, but it failed at that point.
Okay.
I mean, I provided all the proof, of course, but no, they weren't having it.
Fair enough. Let's see. We already got Jeremy. Let's go down then to Donna Theodore. Melissa, tell us about Donna.
So Donna is so her playbook is wronged. So she wasn't able to save family members, and so now she is all about the gearing up and having the weapons, and she's got a good old pickup truck with the cap on the back that's got all of the weapons inside that do all of the damage.
And also probably has Phil's set of golf clubs, I would imagine, as well. Plenty of room back there.
Yes, absolutely. Might have, taken one of the irons and perhaps impaled someone with one of them.
1989.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
Whoa, you impaled someone with that? Holy crap.
I was about to say,
1989.
impaling somebody with that is
That's pretty
impressive.
good.
It took a
Crashing
while.
over the
It
head,
did
for
take
sure.
a while. Yeah.
1989, huh? So you could be actually, so Phil could be rocking some old school woods, not like, metal woods, actual woods. So, when you say you hit it on the screws or something like that, like it literally would have that. Yeah, awesome.
Actually, like broke it over the knee with a bad hit, and yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
The before times in the long ago, before Joe existed.
Oh, Joe.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And then finally, Adam, tell us about Caleb.
Hey, I'm Caleb, and I'm Corbin's little brother. So, like, if he's bastard, does that make me a bastard too? I think I am. I'm not sure, but things have been really weird. Like, ever since Corbin dared me to go into this haunted house, I think I stepped on a nail or something weird. I just haven't been feeling right since. And every time I get hungry, I black out. So I think I caught diabetes from the nail or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's exactly
That's
what
weird.
it is.
Mm-hmm.
You got the beatus.
I mean, that's how I always thought diabetes was true.
Totally
I think
how
was
it
through-
works. Yes.
rest of
Yes.
it.
It's not genetic. No.
It's definitely not that at all. Well, all right then. Let's start up then. So let's say we're going to start up. Let's go 2 weeks after the last one. We'll say you've had a little time. So you can go ahead and heal up if any of you had some lingering stuff. There would have been time for you to all heal on up. So feel free to do that. Last time around, we were in Arkansas, where you all had just stumbled into a situation in a small town that involved a very rich family and their ties to basically a meat factory where a horrific series of murders took place 20 years before, and the sort of the ghost or monster of that person came back and started slaughtering a bunch of people in the town again. You all managed to take care of that, not before a handful of folks died, but you did pretty well taking care of them and shutting all that down. So we're going to pick up about 2 weeks later. This time around, though, you all are not going, you're not just randomly somewhere. Instead, you've actually got a call left on, whatever voicemail service or however it is that you normally communicate with various contacts from one of Grandma Muriel's former lovers. There are several. This one, strangely enough, is a man by the name of Larry Mize. He is sort of an owner of a Denny's in North Carolina, a little bit outside Greensboro. And he sort of, many years ago, and Grandma Muriel and her hunting crew, before they just turned to cleanup, were kind of going around the eastern contours of the country. They had a little tryst. And he's somewhat in the know when it comes to supernatural and such and this and that. And he leaves a message, not for you guys specifically, but for Grandma Muriel, not realizing that she's passed. And the message detailed how something strange was going down outside of that place, that old town, just outside Greensboro, where they had met and spent just a wonderful week together. And he refers specifically to a suburban neighborhood by the name of Hagen Estates. And he says, and so the message says something about how there was this body that was found, a man by the name of Samuel Voss, a retiree, avid golfer, avid fisherman, basically a fixture within this community. And his corpse just sort of washed up on the lakeside. Lake Hagen is the name of the lake, and it's being reported as a boating accident, but that doesn't really make any sense. So he's kind of saying, like, I remember you used to tell me like what to look out for, just in case something popped up. And he says that the coroner, though, like, he's had it on good authority. He's heard some rumors around the Denny's that the coroner's a little baffled, actually, and she was just sort of pressured into sort of putting out the boating accident report, because in fact the body, strangely enough, well, it's missing stuff. It's missing pieces. It's missing its liver. It's missing its intestines, and there's no real sign of how they might have been removed. And so he sort of leaves his message. So he's like, I know it's been a long time since we saw each other, but I'd love to see you again. So if you're out, if you and your friends could get out, your Greensboro and stuff, I'll get you a OG Slam and an ooey gooey Oreo sundae. Just like old times, or new times. I just miss you, Muriel. And then there's a click. And so that's what you all hear. So.
Aw, well, that's just so nice that he sounds like he's going to be heartbroken when we break the news.
He does.
So.
He does. And I could really go for a moon over my hammy. So,
I think I'm feeling a patty melt.
Ooh, that's a good one too.
Toast.
Did you just say toast?
Yeah.
In coffee.
Mm-hmm.
Toast, coffee, and a cigarette.
You need so much more joy in your life.
I'll shake out a lucky strike for you.
I'll take a 2-egg slam.
See?
So we'll say that conversation happens and it merges then with you all in this Denny's just outside Greensboro, small town, sort of a suburb of Greensboro, so to speak, near Hagen Estates. You're in this Denny's. We'll say you haven't yet introduced yourself to Larry, though you can tell by the man moving around. He is, you probably put him in his late 60s or so. He's got a slight paunch, still has a surprisingly full head of hair, which Grandma Muriel would have loved. And he seems to be very friendly, kind of got like a little sunburned face going on. We'll say it is wintertime, so there's definitely some Christmas music going on in the background here and there, and you can see everyone's sort of in a nice state of mind. And when you were kind of traveling, you saw various signs for Christmas trees and different ornamentation and stuff up there, and lights here and there. Yeah, we'll say you're in Denny's. We'll say it's we'll say it's evening time so that you can see some of the lights, but it's Denny's, so you can order a moon over my hammy anytime, so it's fine. And so there you go. What's everyone up to? What are we doing?
Head in. No, go ahead.
Anton does what he usually does. He goes to look for a public board and see what's been posted.
Sure. So do you want to just do a simple investigate a mystery kind of roll for us here to start us off? Get the ball rolling.
Look at that.
How'd you do? Sorry, I wasn't looking.
An 11.
Okay. Okay. So you can ask any questions you want. So some of it's probably limited from the board. Or you could just kind of go off the board and ask me 2 questions. So what do you think, Bert?
So what happened here? So looking around to see what's happening.
Okay. All right. So you can tell that if you're looking at this board, right? If you're, that's the wrong button. If you're looking at the board, there's really what you would notice is that there's not like there's missing people. That's one thing you definitely notice. There's no other like missing folks or anything like that. You probably see some sort of warnings about bringing small animals around around Lake Hagen. Make sure your dogs are on leashes. Make sure your children not necessarily on leashes, but they're at least in eyesight. That kind of thing. So there's people that are kind of warning about that. So you certainly see that there's a couple missing pets here and there that are up there. So we'll say that. So it does look like there's something going around that seems to be centered around this lake. You also notice that there is a holiday scramble that seems to be going on at the golf course, and that seems to be what most of the bulletin board is about. The golf course is sort of built. It's called Hagen Greens. And you've basically got this big old lake around which this entire community has been built. In the community, there's like some boating, but the boating is usually like, single engine, and then rowboats and canoes, that kind of stuff. It's nothing fancy. But there is some sort of like holiday scramble that's happening over the weekend. We'll say you guys arrive maybe on a Friday. And so there's this big scramble. Now, I'll let Phil explain what a scramble is, as he is the professional. Here.
Hang on.
Go for it. He's looking it up.
Control F.
My
scramble.
second part of the investigation would be what's being concealed here. So like maybe move some things aside, kind of see if anything is missing, anything that kind of I can draw lines to.
Sure. Okay. I'll say if you start moving stuff aside, you see underneath it 2 things pop up. One was a sort of announcement from a couple months back, maybe October, about a funeral for a beloved member of the community. And it was basically like an obituary talking about how holiday season won't be the same. So it's a woman by the name of Katsuko Tanagawa, who is sort of was like the head of like this Japanese cultural center and had sort of injected into Hagen Estates and some of the areas just a touch of something that just wasn't Southern American culture. And so it was like a way of just opening up people's eyes. And so everyone was sort of sad about that. That's one thing. And then the other thing is you see a whole mess load of sales coupons and stuff for a patio furniture store by the name of Petrie's Patio.
So I write all that down, and I'll take one of the little phone numbers off for the patio place because can always use another patio umbrella.
Sure thing. Absolutely. Okay. So while Anton is checking the board as he usually does, looking at various newspapers, newsstands, etc., around the Denny's, what is everybody else up to on this Friday evening at a Denny's? High school kids everywhere.
I am going to be encouraging Donna to go make friends.
Oh, okay. Phil McPhil, as I'm reading on your name. So
Phil.
Donna's gonna go see if she can locate. She's gonna ask around for Larry.
Okay. Doesn't take any effort at all. He seems to be the manager, owner, operator of the place, and you do find him in between him sort of filling up coffee for a bunch of teenage goths sitting at the counter and trying to smoke cigarettes, but he constantly tells them to stop. But he'll look up and be like, "Well, hello there, ma'am. What can I do for you? Is everything coming out okay? I see. Oh, you get all your food okay, warm and tasty and such."
Oh yes. Everything is exactly as I would have expected it to be. I'm actually here to see you.
I'm sorry, I beg. We are in fact hiring. Actually, we are indeed. We do need some seasonal help if that's what you're looking for.
No. I believe you knew my grandmother. In fact, you sent some correspondence her way, Grandma Muriel.
Oh yeah, your Grandma Muriel's granddaughter. Oh my. Well, I shouldn't call her. We never call her Grandma Muriel. I don't know why I just said that. You just made me say Muriel, huh? Oh my. Well, now that I look at you, I can certainly see a little bit of right around the eyes there. Absolutely. Hey, wait a second. What do you mean by new? What's that supposed? Oh no! Don't tell me.
I'm sorry to say.
Oh, how'd it happen?
Oh, it's complicated.
Complicated?
Yeah.
I understand. And he kind of nods and he kind of gives you sort of a wink. But then you seem like, oh man, Muriel, I thought she'd live forever. Just a fierce woman, just capable and strong and smart. And man, that is just, well, I'm so very sorry to hear that. My condolences. She and I haven't talked in quite some time, but we had a very fond friendship many years ago. But I'm so very sorry for your loss.
Well, thank you for saying that. My brother Phil and I, we've kind of joined up with some cousins of ours, and we're taking up.
There? That boat there? Is that Muriel's family? Would you mind introducing me? I would love to meet the kin.
If you can spare a few moments, we'd love to.
Of course. Sandy, don't let these sons of bitches smoke. Thank you. And then follows you up.
So this is my brother, big brother Phil.
Howdy,
Phil. Pleasure to meet you. Pleasure to meet you.
Caleb
Larry.
and Corbin.
Hey.
Caleb. Oh God. You all right there, fella?
Yeah, man. This breakfast is slamming.
Yeah, I see what your dad's very good. That's very good. Excellent. Well done. Just see where you get your wit from. Absolutely. Fantastic. Okay.
And Corbin and Anton.
Well, Corbin, pleasure to meet you. Anton, pleasure to meet you as well. Pleasure to meet you. Well, any family, friends of Muriel, well, family friend of mine, as far as I'm concerned. Everything's on the house. You ain't paying for nothing. I insist. Don't fight me. Don't fight me. I insist. Everything's on the house. Get whichever you like. It's no problem. More than happy to. I'm so very sorry about your loss. That dear woman. Oh, she was a dear. She absolutely was a dear. She was indeed.
Well, and her passing has given us a whole new mission, as it were. So there's that.
I'll look
Get some
over to
bacon cheddar
Corbin.
fries.
2 slices of toast today, then?
I can get that done for you. Sam, get a couple more slices over here. And like kind of calls out, what was that there, Caleb? What else did you want?
Bacon cheddar fries.
Bacon cheddar. Sam, get some bacon and cheddar fries. Thank you. Okay, no problem.
I'll slide the golf tournament information over to Phil. Just kind of tap.
Oh, they're doing a scramble. I just need 3 more people, and then I'll have my team.
Oh, I do swing a club or two. It's been.
We're in it. You're basically family at this point.
Oh, that's very kind of you to say. It's very kind of you to say. I'd be happy to do so. Absolutely. It's been a while since I've been out I hit the range every so often, every couple of weeks. Stay loose just in case. Stay ready. You know what I'm saying? But that would be wonderful. Oh, that's just one. You gotta be a little careful around the course, though. You hear something. I mean, if you caught my message,
it's the gators.
See, that's the thing. Some people thought it might be gators, but it don't. I don't think it was no gators. We got gators around here, but they ain't that big. There ain't no way they would do that. And I remember old Sammy too. He's an older man, but he had a little spit and vinegar left in him. And a gator come trying to stomp him. He's more than likely to win that wrestling contest. You know what I'm saying? No, it's not something really strange. Like, it's just the strangest thing. Like, I know Dr. Harper. She comes in here every Sunday and such with her son. They get some breakfast and such here and there. And she says that she just has no idea what on earth could have happened to him. Because if it was a boating accident, then he would be all kind of like torn up into 1,000 different pieces and stuff like that. But that ain't it. And if he was an alligator, well, you'd see all sorts of bite marks and such. And he didn't see that either. He had some, from what I understand. If you want to talk to Dr. Harper, I can get you the in if you like.
Well, that'd be better good. Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And then get you one of my cards. And he kind of digs in and pulls out one of his cards. It just says like Denny's manager. It's got like he's like the owner of the place, whatever. And he just writes a little note on the back, kind of where to go, and just like you just tell her Larry Mouse and she knows what I'm talking about. But she can give you the 411 and all that kind of stuff. So that's what them kids say. They say the 411. Gotta stay young.
Like the phone number?
Like the phone number. That's right.
Yeah, information.
Right. Can you believe that? You just dial 411, you get any kind of information you need. What an amazing invention, right? It's amazing. It's going to be useful forever.
I don't see how it couldn't be.
I agree. We are on the same page. Boy, we're going to make great scramble teammates. Any of y'all swing a bit too?
I'm allergic to greens.
In high school, my coach said I had natural finesse.
Well, natural finesse is it's very important to this fine golf. It's the sport of kings. Golf is, So that's 3. What about you, Anton? And Donna, come on in. Like you get, it's a men.
Gotta say, I admire the footwear of you golfers. I mean, they are snazzy.
I got some Saddleback FootJoys. Whoo-wee. I want to wear them a couple times, so I might be getting some blisters. But boy, they are sweet. Oh, love me some metal spikes. Oh, goodness.
Anton, those plaid polyester pants that you wear, you would fit right in.
You really would.
Yes, sir.
Golfers seem like stylish folk. Oh, speaking of stylish folks, hey, what's going on with this outdoor furniture store?
Oh, sure. Yeah, Petrie's. Oh, boy. They've been in they just been making all the sales lately. They came in a couple months. Oh, was that bad? I guess they came in around President's Day, just bad out of hell, just selling furniture left and right. Like the development, Hagen's estate is sort of booming. They're building along the lake here and there. All sorts of new families coming in. They got... A lot of them got lakeside views and whatnot. And then there's the clubhouse too. You get to the 19th hole and everything. They got a beautiful old spread looking out, this little terrace and such. It just looks out over the lake and everything. And yeah, he's been giving some great deals. Absolutely fantastic deals. Got sales for President's Day. He had sales for like 4th of July, Memorial Day, Thanksgiving. I'm sure this probably got something going on right now for Christmas too. Boy, just good sales. good, honest people. That's for sure. It's very nice to get some folk in here, not trying to get them Home Depots and such coming in. You know, those big old stores trying to make it seem like that's just a fad. That's going to go away. Mom and pop, that's the way to do it. Not counting Denny's. Now, Denny's is different. Okay, it's a national chain, but it's locally owned. So,
Franchise.
That is correct, Caleb. Excellent.
Well, and that's why these strawberry milkshakes are just so delicious.
Oh, yeah. You want another one? I'll get you. Sandy, get
a pie slice,
Don over
please.
here. What?
No, actually, just bring the whole pie. Whole pie.
Yeah. Just bring the whole damn pie over here. Just kind of waves it on over. Sandy comes over. He's got like this pickle tray with just like a bunch of pie and all sorts of different food, and just puts it down on the booth countertop for you. But yeah,
2 more slices of toast for Corbin.
extra slices of toast, no problem. She don't want
I'll
more
be adventurous.
toast?
I'll do the toast that actually has like the nuts and stuff in it. To see.
Ooh, you want some? I got some rye. You want some rye?
All right, I'll be adventurous. Go right.
Are you talking about pumpernickel?
Pumpernickel.
What about your face, Phil?
He was. That's awfully rude. I was just saying you were talking about bread with nuts and seeds in it.
Yeah.
Well, pumpernickel doesn't necessarily have nuts or seeds in it. It's just sort of made with sort of a molasses coloring kind of deal. What you're sort of talking about is more like kind of an all grain, whole grain sort of thing. Mm-hmm. We got a bakery right down the street. We collect everything from. We got seedless and seedless New York Jewish rye. We got all sorts of stuff here. We got a wonderful bakery right down the street.
Did you spread?
You want me to go get you? Okay, well, Sandy, bring like one of every piece of bread we got. Sandy comes up. This is a stack of like 12 different pieces of bread.
But the question is, how big is the variety of the little like jelly packs? Like, do you have like?
No, Corbin just eats dry toast.
Oh,
he does. He has no joy in his life.
Live a little.
Strawberry,
toast, coffee,
grape,
and cigarettes.
apple.
Right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Ever since he saw me eat a whole stick of ever since he saw me eat a whole stick of butter, he didn't want any of it on his toast anymore.
Oh God!
I told you I could do it.
Stick of. Why would you eat a whole stick of? Well, you know what?
You said I couldn't.
Am I to judge? That's a fair.
I'm sorry
motivation.
for so many things that I dared you to do.
Yeah.
Hey, I've done every single one of your dares, and that's never going to stop.
Well, it kind of
I
puts.
dare you to eat a balanced diet.
No. Oh, look at this guy.
Oh.
No, he does.
God,
the dares,
I like
not
you.
me.
Put it in front of me, I'll eat it.
Okay.
I assure you that everything here within our establishment is perfectly edible. And we got plenty of things that are nutritious as well, not just plain toast. I'm sure Grandma Muriel probably won't make sure I remind you that part of a healthy diet is, protein, vegetables, etc., that kind of thing.
If I could buy it, I'll eat it, dude.
Right.
We really appreciate you've filled our table aplenty. We're very grateful.
I'm
for
more than happy
our
to do
hearts
it.
are as full as our bellies. Thank you so much.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you are totally welcome. If there's anything else y'all need, questions, food, got a place to stay, that kind of thing, anything like that, you don't hesitate. Don't hesitate to ask. The family of Muriel, family of Larry's. That's what it is.
I guess the question is, didn't you call us down here on business?
Oh, well, I was calling Muriel, but no. So y'all have kind of continued the family business?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Well, like I was saying on the phone, it's just, I don't know exactly. It's just so baffling, It just feels, she always used to say, she says there's certain things to look out for in the newspaper, rumors, gossip, all that kind of thing. Stuff that just sort of doesn't sound quite right. And then between what came out in the newspaper and what Dr. Harper was trying to tell me, it just didn't really seem like anything. It just didn't really seem like couldn't have been a boating accident. That just seems nonsense. Could have been an alligator. I sure as hell wasn't no snake. I don't know what it was.
Was it the It was the intestines and the kidneys that were missing.
It was the liver and the intestines that were missing.
Liver and the intestines.
Dr.
Okay, I'm going to
Harper
excuse
had
myself.
no
I need to
idea-
go to the bathroom.
Yo, sure, yeah.
He does
go
that a lot.
The bread kind of gets him all backed up.
It
Takes him a
does,
while.
yeah.
Yeah, I understand.
He needs to eat some broccoli.
I think that's a good idea.
I don't.
Mm.
And get some fiber in there.
I'll eat
Like some
for
natural fibers,
Yeah.
Hi,
Okay.
Corbin. See you in a bit.
What does Corbin do in the bathroom? Here we go.
I heat up the candle. I make sure nobody else is in there. Light a match.
Okay.
And then just start dripping the wax all around the toilet seat. And I'm going to be looking down into that toilet bowl. I'm going to be searching for the missing organs. I'm going to use my divination rote. Why look for boring stuff like what happened at the boat? Because there probably was nothing on the boat. But what we do know is there's some intestines missing. I want to see where they are.
Okay. Are you using the toilet bowl again for your divination?
Yeah, I always have to use some sort of source of water. So and basically just kind of like using the swirling water as the image for like intestines coiling around.
Gotcha.
And then I'll try and use.
Roll your use magic. Do you use magic? Right?
Yeah. What could go wrong?
Oh,
I love my toilet bowl magic.
I'm ready to go now. Okay, so let's see. You rolled what did you roll? 9. Okay, partial success. Works imperfectly. You get to choose an effect and a glitch, and I'll decide what effect the glitch has. All right. So what you thinking? This is your divination. So you're looking. So you already kind of determined what your effect would be, right? Okay.
Yeah. So usually, like the nice thing about using a road is I can prevent like nasty glitches. You can just it's usually either like it's very short or it's kind of muddy or unclear.
Okay. So you see so as you get down, you kind of go through chanting whatever it is that you do, the whole process, the water continues to swirl and swirl independent of the flush. It just continues to swirl and swirl. And then it gets darker. It's no longer that clear water. And Larry keeps a clean bathroom and it just gets darker and darker. And then it's no longer just liquid. It gets a little chunky here and there. Something else kind of flowing around. You hear it kind of as it kind of seems like something's going wrong with the toilet bowl. And then it just explodes upwards like this massive fountain, just sort of draping and drenching you all completely on the walls of the stall, on the ceiling, on the floor. You just kind of get coated and coated and coated. And you are utterly covered in just all manner of disgusting, filthy feces. And it dawns on you, not so much because the spell worked. So it's not so much that like the toilet malfunctioned, but you take it to mean that maybe the intestines and the liver might have got digested and turned into some fecal matter that is now coating you.
Okay.
It's exactly what Joe says. It was like The Shining, but not blood. Fecal water. And then when you walk out, you're going to get hit in the chest.
It's a very awkward walk back.
Oh gosh. Oh gosh.
The freaking teenagers are like, oh God, what is this, man? What's wrong with you? Larry comes rushing over.
My plate of toast to go.
Larry comes rushing over. He's got like a small dish towel. He's like, oh, Corbin, what happened to you? Oh, my goodness. I'm so very sorry. That's never happened before. Oh, my goodness, man. I'm so sorry.
I think I stretched my limits eating the pumpernickel. I think I had a reaction.
He's got terrible aim, too.
That's all yours? Boy, you gotta change your diet. that is not. I think, maybe if you don't mind, could you just maybe we got a hose out back if you want to hose yourself down. I got some spare unis if you need another change of clothes.
Do you have a back door perhaps that we can go out?
It's through the kitchen. I don't think that's sanitary. Maybe.
Oh
God, Corbin.
I'll take you up on the hose.
So. When you go back, you start hosing yourself. You see Larry will come out the back of the kitchen and he'll have a nice pair of khakis and a like green polo shirt with the Denny's logo on it for you, like just in case you want something dry and something, you know. I know it's not really stylish, but
kind of you. Thank you.
Oh, yeah. Anything I can do. I'm so. Listen, you know, Dr. Harper's my friend, but there are other doctors in town that are more like general practitioners and such, and while I don't have necessarily as close a relationship as some of them, I do know a few. Plus, I have my own doctor. I'll be honest, if a piece of pumpernickel makes that happen, there's something going on possibly with your digestive system, Corbin, and you might want to get looked at.
Mm-hmm.
I'm speaking as someone who cares. That's all. Am I overstepping? Sure. I'm overstepping.
No, you're good.
Thank you.
If Grandma likes you, you're good people. So I just.
That's very kind of you to say. She's a special lady. She's a special lady. Different.
Yeah.
Things went a little different. We might stay in each other's lives a lot longer, but.
Donna just sort of looks at Phil in the sort of family tree.
I've still got the dagger she gave me for my fifth birthday. It's my favorite thing in the world.
Well, that sounds like a Muriel gift. Yep. Yes, indeed. She gave me a hatchet. I still have it hanging over top of my manager's office. And there's a beautiful hatchet she used to hack down that weird old Sasquatch they had out that last time she was here, she had to kill, take on down. She gave it to me. She said, remember the good times? I remember, but I'm not going to remember no more. And now you come here and like her grandson is covered in his own feces. And
where did you first meet her? Where
did you say your grandson?
No, I said her grandson. I said,
okay. Just out of curiosity, where did you two meet? Like, where's your favorite date that you ever had?
She and I used to go hiking. That's when we first met. So when I was young, when she first came out here, I was kind of going down a path maybe to be like a park ranger kind of deal, and I kind of caught wind of that weird kind of sad. So I took her out on some nature trails and stuff like that. We had a fun time. Oh,
Is it just him and I back here?
It's up to everybody. It's up to you guys.
I'll use the hose to create a puddle of water somewhere. Mm-hmm. And I'll try and use my divination to conjure up like an image of them on the nature trail. So he can get he's kind of grieving over her, give her a brief image of seeing that time together.
Mm-hmm. No roll. This just sounds fun. And he's just, isn't that something? Well, thank you very much, Corbin. I'd hug you, but you still have some feces on you. Thank you so much. Oh, never mind. Come on in here. And he kind of reaches over, just sort of pulls you into a hug.
Ew. I'm just going to hose them both off while they're hugging.
And he just pats you on the back. They're there. Don't just pull that out of your hair, flicks it.
It might not have been Gator, but something did eat those parts of your friend.
Just don't understand how they did. Doesn't really make no sense. Ain't no like bite marks or didn't get all torn up. There's no like surgery or nothing. It just don't make no sense. But no, it's fine. I'm not the detective. No, that's for you all to figure out.
I don't know. And all I know is I tried to magic up seeing where they went, and
that's fascinating. That's fascinating. Muriel had one of the folks in her squad. They were good with the old magic and such. You know, she was more of a dual wield and hack and slash kind of lady, if you know what I mean. At least back when I knew her, at the very least. Whew, boy. Anyhow. Well, I guess I better get back in there and make sure them teenagers don't burn the whole place down. What?
You should probably go ahead and take the khakis and the shirt.
Are you sure? I think
you're the manager, and you've got shit on you.
It's got them relaxed fit, It just
I know, but I can go elsewhere. You still work here, and you are literally covered in shit right now.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Thanks, Gordon. And he takes them, goes inside.
Donna as sort of that exchange is happening, now that he is going to have to clean the inside of that, Donna's gonna like throw a little bit of money into like the pocket of the khakis as sort of she, you know, kind of helps pass the kind of pile of clothes from Corbin back over to Larry. She's going to try to sneak a bit of cash in there to help with our bill and the cleanup of this restroom.
No problem. You can do that. That's easy enough done. Sure. He's all verklempt anyway.
Sure. Mm-hmm. So, Anton, when is this golf scramble?
Yeah, I'll pass over the notes I wrote down as my face is like completely, packed with pie that I'm just shoveling in.
Completely oblivious to all the poo things going on.
I stopped just between swallows to take a toke of my cigarette.
Keep eating pie.
It is a 36-hole, 2-day affair, end of season, winter holiday special. After this weekend, 18 holes on Saturday, 18 holes on Sunday. They're shutting the course down until after the winter, and then they're going to start it back up. So it starts up tomorrow, 8 a.m., shotgun start. Phil can explain what that means, right?
You're muted.
I'm muted. That doesn't do us any good. No, there's a lot of firearms. Like, it's that perfect mix between like, clay pigeons and golf.
So good.
The person whose ball survives gets to keep going.
Shotgun start.
Stylish clothes and gunfighting?
Yeah.
That's exactly what you guys think it means too. Okay. You show up with your bag, shotgun sticking out of it right next to your putter.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So what's next for you guys? It's Friday night. You got Saturday morning is when if you guys wanted to play in that's when it starts up. What's next for you guys? What's up? What are we thinking?
So is this Lake Hagen somewhere? Is it entirely sort of within like a gated community, or could we like scope out this lake?
No. It's a massive lake that sort of sprawls all over. It's not something, it's not like just a small like singular neighborhood. Like it's a big, gigantic lake that the estates kind of sprawl around it. There's also there's also some just sort of like normal undeveloped land yet, but there's a lot of like subdevelopments that are getting built up around it here and there. But Hagen Estates is the name of the community that he gave you. It's the one where the Samuel Voss guy died. It's the one that houses within it the course itself, and it has like the clubhouse and all that kind of stuff. So. But it is enormous lake, and there's all sorts of like canals and little rivers and stuff like that, kind of outlets here and there. But it is a fairly large portion of the of this community, this whole larger community, I should say.
So that would be my idea. Just kind of take a look around this lake, see what the goings on are. Maybe we have some other folks out there we can chat. Any other ideas from folks?
Yeah, I'm down for anything.
I mean, let's scout out the area if that's where it happened. Yeah. That golf game's a great time to do it.
So we'll say there's kind of like 3 sort of sections of lake that you might be able to choose in terms of how you kind of get close to the shore. There's kind of like the wilderness that's undeveloped. The land's been claimed, but it's just sort of still undeveloped. So it's probably a little swampier. Then there's like the right up against the golf course. Now, golf courses are normally closed at night, at least in '89 they were. So there's that. And like what I mean by the golf course is, I mean, a lot of the holes just sort of go and skirt around it here and there. And then there's the neighborhood itself. Now, a lot of the homes, or some of them, are on the golf courses, the various holes. Some of them are literally lakeside as well. And so those are kind of like the 3 sections you can look at. Now, Donna, you asked if this was a gated community. It is, but the golf course is accessible, and it's just a gate. It's not like you guys can't get around that kind of stuff too. So like that's kind of like what you're looking at in terms of where you might be able to start poking around. In terms of where Samuel Voss's body turned up, it was literally in the community, like literally in the neighborhood. It popped up on someone, like a lakeside like house here or there in the neighborhood somewhere.
All right. Are we all up for a walk? Get ourselves in there and do some walking around?
Yeah. Let's do it
I
too.
could use some airing out.
Yes.
I need the exercise.
I think when we get someplace a little outside of here, I'm just going to burn all this off.
Okay, so are you guys looking to sort of try to access the lake via the golf course, access the lake via the neighborhood, or access the lake through like the far side that's undeveloped?
I might say neighborhood because that would give us an opportunity to maybe chat with some other neighborhood folks and get
Not
some
bad.
recon that way.
All right. So no problem. You guys get in your cars. You start heading on over. You get easy enough to get the address just by looking in the phone book or just asking Larry or Sandy or whoever it might be, and you can find your way over to Hagen Estates. Very, very easy. Now it is a gated community to access. What would we say your basic approach is to kind of get through this gate? It is well lit by like the gate and by the like small little security house, like this security house, which does seem to be actually manned currently right now. And it's well lit, not so much because there's just a lot of like street lights. It's more just because it's Christmas time. And so there's like a lot of these displays up. Everything's beautiful and colorful and lit up. And there's different lawn ornaments and stuff that are out. So what's your basic strategy for getting inside?
I might say, so is there like a individual to chat with?
Sure.
Sorry.
If you want to pull on up to the gate, you can see
young
man, probably in his late 20s, kind of leans on over and he says, y'all visiting someone?
You know what? The rumor going around is that if we want to see the best holiday decorations, that this is the place to be. Did we hear that rumor right?
Yes, you did, ma'am. Yes, you did. Now there's a couple other folks around here or there, over at at Palmer Glen. Yeah, they say they got the best light set up, but I can personally attest that is a lie. There is some creativity going down inside Hagen Estates, that's for sure. These folks don't just have money; they got some imagination as well. That's for sure. Yes, indeed. Anyhow, you got the name of where you're going to see?
Well, I mean, I was just hoping that, just a little circle around. And so she kind of like pulls out a wallet with just kind of letting some cash be visible just to see if some bribery might get us just a little drive around this neighborhood.
I love it. Manipulate someone. That's what this sounds like. Go right ahead.
Yeah. Oh, right.
Fantastic.
Me and my zero charm. I forget which characters are good at which things sometimes. All right, I'm going to give this a whirl.
Just do it anyway.
I got Chuck's luck.
Okay. So that's a 4.
Hold on. I'm gonna spend some luck on this.
Okay.
Because I haven't really been spending luck, and I might as well. So I just changed that to a 12.
Okay.
Just because.
All right. So on a 12, try to remember what a 12 was. On a 12, you. Not only will they do what you want right now, they also become your ally for the rest of the mystery. Okay. So if that's the case, you get a name. Okay, the name of this fella. So what I did for NPCs is I have a D100 list of golfers, professional golfer names from the 80s that pretty much only I'm going to laugh at because
I recognize.
That sounds right.
I recognize.
Is one of them Bagger Vance?
Before.
I recognize that name.
Larry Mize and Sandy Lyle were the two so far. And so this guy's name is, hang on. Nah. Okay, let's do it. His name, put that money away, young lady. Put that money away. Absolutely not. This is Christmas holiday season. I wouldn't be Jim Furyk if I didn't let those wonderful folk go on inside.
You really wouldn't, would you?
I definitely would not be. And as he's moving around, like he's moving his arms, kind of pointing to this place and this place. You should go over here and go down this street over there, and these folks over there. But every time he does it, and he swings his arm in a way that just doesn't look natural or right and doesn't look fluid. Again, if there's anyone right now watching this that is both a RPG fan and a golf person, you're getting these jokes, and we're friends. But he's pointing these different directions, giving you this way and that. But you can put down Jim Furyk, security guy,
the guard.
as your guard. Okay. Door pops open, or gate pops open. You guys, the convoy goes on in. So you guys have now access to Hagen Estates. And honestly, because you're friends with Jim Furyk, you should have no problem accessing the neighborhood from here on out. All right.
Nice.
So,
Okay.
what are we doing next?
We're clearly looking
going
at Christmas lights, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Take
I
a
mean-
minute.
Just
Ooh,
kidding.
look at that one.
Okay, let me spend in next hour, 4 minutes describing various.
Oh, I like it.
Christmas
There's a
light
dude.
displays.
Did you see the guy? We have a guy next door who's basically like the Griswold family, like in terms of like Christmas Vacation, in terms of light up. But now there's another house next to him that had a cocaine bear set up, and so like the bear was something like, I mean, it had to be like 10 feet tall. It was like the size of a basketball hoop, and it was like holding like a big brick of cocaine in its hand, and it was right there at the side of the street. So I don't say how it's Christmas related, but there it was. And I was just like,
Snow. Lots and lots of
There.
snow.
So-
Cocaine makes it Christmas related.
Right.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you travel around, you see all sorts of beautiful lights that are just sort of, some people do kind of the modest stuff where they kind of hang their various colorful lights on the trim of the house, kind of going up the gable peaks here and there. Others are kind of stringing it around inside various trees and bushes and that sort of thing. You see other folks that have all sorts of like wreaths and tinsel and like garland that kind of wrapping around like mailboxes and such. Some people have kind of made some of these homemade kind of plywood cut like Frosty the Snowman type and kind of painted them by their hand. You can see that there's like, some of these places have windows open. You can see the Christmas trees are up here and there. And that's nice. You see some Hanukkah lights and stuff, some blues and some whites and stuff like that kind of here and there as well. Seems to be a at least diverse in that regard kind of neighborhood. It is, we'll put it at about 8 o'clock at night on a Friday. So there's a handful of folks that are probably still walking around. It's dark because it is winter time. But because there's all these lights, the streets are fairly bright. And so you see there's some folks wandering around, kind of looking at Christmas lights themselves. You can kind of wave here and there. It's all very, very happy, very like Southern hospitality, like Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas, that kind of thing. So I can keep going if you need me to.
Well, no, I did, it
It's like
was,
3 minutes. So
I want to go to the lake.
okay.
Definitely
So
the
say-
lake.
You say
Yeah.
you guys drive around until you find a pull off that'll get you onto the lake that's not someone's backyard. Not a problem. And so you can see there's like some kind of like community dock for like canoes and things like that, and it kind of extends out from this sort of dead end street. And you can see it's where maybe people bring their one engine, like their single engine, fishing boats or that kind of stuff. And I can say you can just park right there. And you can see that extending out in front of you is this dark, very calm, very placid, if you might say, kind of lake that extends as far as the eye can see. Immediate area, you can see reflection of like some Christmas lights here and there, but for the most part, it's just darkness as far as you can see. We'll say like maybe off to sort of the northeast side is probably the golf course. All the way across on the far, far, far side is just that sort of wilderness area, and probably off kind of to the west and the northwest, the neighborhood kind of sprawls out a bit. So, what next?
Go in that direction.
What direction? I gave you like 3.
Yes.
Like, how can I be the most smartass for Jeff right now? That's how. That's how.
I'd like to walk the dock and see if anyone's living aboard any of the boats.
Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah.
Okay. We'll say you walk up and down. Okay. you don't. So the boats that you see kind of tied up here are mostly just like canoes and rowboats, and like there might be like a 1-engine seater or something like that. But I will say this. At the end of the dock, you do see, as you guys pull up, you're looking around, trying to decide your next steps. Anton, you start walking across the dock. You do hear, and you see a boat is approaching. Lights are on, coming from the darkness of the lake. And it's just, again, single engine seater, kind of pulls up onto the side of the dock. And you can see that there is a man inside of it. It doesn't seem to be living there, but there's a man kind of inside of it looking like, kind of tie off. He's like, hey, mind help me tie off there, man? Here you go. And he kind of throws you the line. You help him out a bit. And he's like, much obliged, much obliged. And you see, he steps off. Probably this guy, 50s or so. You can see that he is not, you can tell just from looking at the boat and looking at himself that he doesn't have like fishing gear and stuff on, but you can tell that he was out on the lake for some time. He's like, pretty much obliged, much obliged. He just starts kind of tighten it off, and then you can see he starts reaching, kind of into the various pits in his boat, kind of pulls them out. He's got these they're not tackle boxes, but they do look like there's these heavy duty boxes that he starts picking up, and he's packing up, getting ready to get off the boat.
So knowing that you said that it doesn't look like he was fishing, I'm going to go ahead and just ask him so what's biting out there at this time of the evening?
Oh, well, that's a good question. I'm not very much of a fisher myself. It's, more kind of catch and release kind of fella. No, I wasn't fishing tonight. I was just doing a couple of studies here or there, but, technically we don't allow any night fishing, around in the community. It's kind of dangerous here and there. Had some incidents every now and then. Don't want anyone to drown or nothing like that. So usually during daytime, go right ahead and do what you ever like. But no, we don't want nothing at night.
What's your area of expertise for study?
Oh, well, me, it's more, I'm more of a, well, are y'all new here? Y'all don't know how, y'all just move in, one of the new sub-developments or something?
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's great. Well, welcome to Hagen Estates. Let me introduce myself. And he kind of wipes his hands off and kind of reaches out, shakes his hand. Man, well, my name, hang on, let me go. My name is, it's so dumb. I'm not using that name. My name, I'm laughing to myself.
Now I really want to know what that name is.
It's so dumb. It was going to be Jean Vandeveld, but I didn't think that would really fit. So I'm going to do something else. My name's Tway. My name's Bob Tway. Nice to meet you. I'm one of the committee members here of the community. One of the folks that, takes care of, all the various goings on and stuff like that. That kind of stuff. Make sure that, all the various sub-development hold the contractors, subcontractors up to their proper contracts. Make sure they stay on schedule. Make sure everyone's kind of keeping their homes up to proper accord, that kind of stuff. Make sure the city comes down here, fixes the streets and stuff. And that's kind of what I do. I'm sure you'll see me. We have committee meetings every month. If you want to come on down, hold them over at the 19th hole. Y'all golfers? Fishing?
Yeah.
No? Yeah. Oh,
Yeah. I'm competing tomorrow. Yeah.
Oh, you're playing in the scramble. That's fantastic. I'll be in it too. That's fun. Wonderful. I'll have to see you there. That's wonderful.
Yeah.
What's your handicap?
15.
Well, 15. Oh, look at that. Man after my own heart. Me too. I just gotta go out and play for fun, Just kind of hack it around a bit. That's it. Just a chopper, Don't really worry too much about score that much. Just having fun. Getting a little exercise, getting a little oxygen, a little air, kind of on around the scenery, meeting the community, that sort of thing.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yes, sir. Fantastic. Well, welcome to the neighborhood. Pleasure to see you. Pleasure to meet you. Looking forward to spending some time with you tomorrow. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. All right. Well, something else I could do for y'all?
No, just taking in the night air.
Oh. What was your area of expertise?
Oh, well. And he kind of holds it up. I'm just taking some water samples, that's all.
Is it like a
water
experiment?
samples. Well, I just sort of, testing a little of this, a little of that, just making sure everything's copacetic. That's all. Nothing to worry about. Absolutely not. This is one of the safest communities there is in North Carolina. I can guarantee that for sure.
Oh, I'm a writer. I've been published in Pseudoscience America. What are you looking at here? We got an infection in the water. We got some red bloom going on or something.
Ooh, well, reporter, huh? You see.
Oh no, not. I'm a writer.
Writer, okay.
Yeah,
like with the National Geographic.
That's a magazine. Yeah,
closer to the National Enquirer.
Oh, sensationalistic journalism. I see. Okay. Yeah, I hear. If I say something to you, you're going to make it into some sort of fish monster coming out trying to eat people or something like that. That's what's going to be.
Yes, but no one will believe it. So does it really matter?
Huh. Go ahead and roll and manipulate someone, Anton. That's a good one. Yeah.
There you go.
11.
An 11.
Fantastic. All right. They'll do it for the reason you gave them. Okay. So yeah, he'll just answer your question then. Well, okay. All right. You're right. No one really pays attention to those types of things. Start showing up with those types of stuff. No one takes it seriously. That's right. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, see, that's the thing. As you all know, being recent purchasers of a neighborhood at Hagen State, such, you know that there's a few things that folks do around here for entertainment. One of those is our beautiful golf course, of course, but also the wonderful fishing that we have within Lake Hagen. But between you and I, we've noticed a sort of a decrease in the fish population this year, quite noticeable, quite steep. And I'll just sort of checking to make sure that maybe it's maybe something to do with maybe the water a bit here and there. Maybe some kind of, I don't know. Ain't no factories or anything around here that I can think of that kind of leak off into it. But just in case, just kind of dotting the I's, crossing the T's, making sure there ain't some sort of chemical stuff getting spilled in on here, causing some problems, making all fish die, that kind of thing.
Well, you said everything's copacetic.
Oh, sure. Everything's definitely copacetic. Absolutely. No, copacetic.
Well, then I don't know what's causing it. I just don't get it. So you could keep your copacetic.
Yeah.
So what I'm hearing is Megadon lowers local fish population.
Yeah. I mean, if that's what you're right, I'm just going to have to accept it. What's up, man?
I
wasn't expecting that to keep going.
I got you, buddy. I was just waiting.
When we were looking to buy out here, there were some rumors though about the lake being connected to some bodies washing up or some such. Was that
talking about Sammy?
I think maybe that's what it was.
Sammy Voss, yeah. I don't know why he's saying bodies as in plural. But just the one. Very tragic. It's not like we had a rash of bodies popping up on the shore, nothing like that. I understand sensationalistic journalism, but let's not cause a panic here. It's one thing to say, hey, fish are dying. It's another thing to say, hey, there's just bodies popping up left and right. That's not what it was at all. Just old Sammy Voss, he just got a little liquored up is all, kind of went out, like I said, on the lake at night, as he probably shouldn't, and then one thing led to another. And he fell over, drowned, that sort of thing. That's all it was. Boat propeller got him, some such. That's what Dr. Harper said. Said it's just a boating accident, nothing to worry about. And that's why you don't go out on the lake at night. And that's why you don't drink and operate a boat. I don't care whether it's a boat with a motor, a boat without a motor. Get all liquored up. You don't go out in the dark lake. That is a recipe for a bad thing.
I heard that's just as dangerous as drinking and driving.
No, that's just crazy. Nothing wrong with drinking and driving. Don't be crazy.
Okay, good. I was worried.
I don't go on a lake when I drink. When I drink, I'm bound for the floor.
Well,
local bystander states, quote, no mass deaths, end quote.
End quote.
Okay. I didn't realize this was on the record. If this was on the record, you got to actually say it's on the record. I'm pretty sure.
Oh no, he's not a reporter. He's a writer.
Not a reporter.
It's a different.
Just a writer.
It's a different thing. So was it just a sensationalism that mentioned something about like organs going missing?
Okay. I see what's happening now. Y'all went to Denny's, didn't you? You went to Denny's, didn't you? You talked to Larry. Oh, jeez, that boy. Listen, everyone knows about Larry. He runs a good restaurant, keeps that Denny's clean. It's definitely way better than the other Denny's in town, which is just a shithole. You know how that is. He's got the good one. But that boy, I call him boy because I know him for decades. Anyhow, he comes up with sensationalistic story. Man, when we were young, back when we were, oh man, he was probably just getting out of college, and I was just kind of getting started. He's a couple years older than me and such. He had this story like Sasquatch, kind of Bigfoot, wandering around, all sorts of stuff. Just like, careful with that. And I know what happened. He was talking with Dr. Harper, and she was being all innocent about it because maybe some of the things didn't necessarily add up here or there. But just because something doesn't add up doesn't mean it suddenly adds up to some crazy thing going on now. Calm down. What is that? Occam's razor? Simplest explanation is the best. That's what we got going here.
So what was the Occam's razor here? He just lost a
boating
kidney?
I just told you, just drunk, kind of fall over, propeller hits it, And I mean, from what I understand, and I am not a biologist, those intestines and such, and those what was the other one? Was it the lungs? Anyhow, they're kind of like squishy, like a sponge, and kind of seep on out here and there, and then like water pressure, and then like if it kind of hits with the tide and the current, and kind of just splurts right on out. It's just science.
Just science.
It is indeed.
Can I roll like read a bad situation or something to see if he's just full of
Of course, yeah, go right ahead. Absolutely. I think
I did just
question him enough.
up my sharp from -1 to 0. So let's see how this roll goes.
Nice.
Very nice.
That's not. I really did take my brother's luck here. That's a. You know what? I feel like
Glad I could share.
All right. So on a miss, you might misread the situation. Or you might reveal tactical details to your enemy. It's not a situation. Or one hold can be spent, which you don't have right now. So, were you going to do something, or do you want me to resolve this?
I couldn't remember if there was like a reroll thing in this game.
No, I think we've been. Luck is like what you did before.
Yeah. I
know we've been doing like audience dice. Maybe it gives you like a +1 or something like that. But that's about it.
Yeah, and you gotta claim that ahead of time, and 1 wouldn't help me anyway. So we'll just say I fail.
Yeah. No, I mean, he seems all on the up and up. Like, I mean, he's taking samples. He clearly knows a thing or two about science if he's out here taking water samples and such. I mean, it sounds like a crazy theory, but Dick,
you have a local college you send those samples to?
Oh, sure. We're gonna send all UNC Greensboro down the way, down yonder. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We will. Got me a contact over there. Oh, what was their name? Oh gosh, I got their business card around here somewhere. It's good old Steve Stricker. Yep, Dr. Steve Stricker.
Steve Stricker. I don't get that reference.
Young fella, just fresh out of the college, just kind of working his way up. Associate professor of water studies or something. I'm not really sure, but yep, he'll be there tomorrow too. He's playing in the scramble.
This is just going to be the social event of the holiday season. It seems like
it absolutely is. It absolutely is. It brings up a lot of money. We're going to raise a lot of money for charity and such as well. It's going to be a great time, and that's why it's just there's no reason to get all crazy now with like writing some sensationalistic stories or nothing like that and talking all nonsense and stuff. Everything's got a reasonable explanation.
Well, I'm just going to hang out in the gallery and watch all these fine folks do their scramble tomorrow.
You ain't going to play? Men and women can play.
She.
We got ladies' tees and everything.
I think
they
lot
could
of
only
power,
have so many
not
on
a lot of
team
control.
and just,
This
gosh,
foursome's
there was
already
room
been
for all of
filled.
us.
Well, I
It
can tell you,
seems.
there's always some folks who don't have a full team. We just kind of patch together, get new folks. It's the way to meet new people. You're brand new in the neighborhood. How else are you going to meet new people? But put yourself out there, make some new friends. And it's all for
I
a
have a
good
question,
cause.
actually. I'm new to the sport, and my Phil here is trying to fill me in, but I thought I'd get another opinion. When exactly do you use the shotguns? Like, do you aim at the balls as they're struck, or do you try to keep the ball from going into the hole?
Oh, that's
I'm
a good
a
one.
little, because the gauge
got him
would
good.
matter. I mean, slugs or pellets. I mean, I'd like to be prepared.
That's a good one. You serious? Oh, you serious?
Yeah, he said it was a shotgun start.
Shotgun
what was
start
that,
just
Bill?
means everyone starts at a different hole at the same time. See, normally you play golf, most folks just start at the first hole and you work your way through the end. But shotgun start, you get all the different groups. You send them out to different holes. So someone's at 1, someone's at 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and so on. You get 18 different groups all starting up here or there. And then there's like a little horn or something. We don't use a shotgun. Let's not go crazy. And everyone kind of tees all at the same time. It's a way to keep things flying and moving along.
So firearms aren't involved in this sport.
Wait,
I mean, there might be like one of them like cat guns or something. I'm not sure what they're doing.
Oh,
so I may not be starting on hole 1.
No, probably not. Probably not. It'll be a different hole.
Oh, I don't know if I can handle that.
I feel deceived. You still have those snazzy shoes, though, right?
Oh, sure. Yeah, I got me a wonderful pair. Them wing tip. I got these little flaps over my foot joint. Oh, baby. They are more comfortable than my regular shoes. I'll tell you that.
Okay. Phil,
And you got the plaid polyester pants still, right?
I mean, you can wear them if you want. Absolutely, you can.
okay. Well, I guess I'm still in, but Phil, I mean, I feel like you've misled me a little here.
I feel like I was misled.
Fair.
Maybe after the golf, you might have like a shooting range or something if they feel the need to just get out some of that.
Shooting range, of course. Just ain't in the community. It's North Carolina. You can kind of go wherever you want. You just kind of go across the lake over there. I'm sure some trees you can shoot and do if you want.
Oh, see, there you go.
Got some ranges.
There you go.
Absolutely, no problem.
You just gotta.
You're sure though? No fire. I seem to feel like the American version of golf should include firearms. I've been woefully misled.
I think
No, you're thinking
Mr.
European
Ryder friend.
golf.
Oh.
Well, I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure
they're big on
European and
firearms over in
American.
Europe.
It's that fact. I ain't never been there myself, so I'll just take your word for it. No, that's not where I haven't traveled there far. I mean, I did go to Far East a little bit. Got to see a little bit of China, Korea, and Japan. Good little times. Fun little arc of that. But I ain't never been to Europe, so I don't know. They playing golf over in Japan though. They do indeed. I ain't good enough, but so and so lovely courses over there.
I remember hearing there's somebody who came here to try to bring some of that influence.
Oh yes, sir. Oh, she was a wonderful woman. Yes, she was. Katsuko Tanagawa. That's what she was. Yes, sir. Her family still lives in town, such, but she died a couple months ago, around Halloween or so, something like that. So she lived a long life in her 70s or so. She was just, she helped with some of the decorations around here. You kind of go and move around. You can see that it's not just your stereotypical, white suburban neighborhood. We got a little bit of culture here and there. Some say it's appropriation, but some not. Whatever. But yeah, tragic. She was a wonderful pillar of the community. But she left she is a lovely family.
Yes.
And she passed away just recently?
Oh yeah, she passed. Oh, I guess it was probably about mid-October or so, something around. You can go ask the Mickelsons. Daughter Miko and her husband Peter. They still live around here. Pretty sure their son Takahiro. I'm sure he's probably back from college now. He's going Duke. Duke, I tell you, that was pride and joy. That fella, so smart. But yeah, he's back for the holidays. Just saw him a little while ago.
Well, I do believe we have kept you just carrying those test tubes and whatnot for far too long. Thank you.
You have. That's correct. It's been a very long time.
We do appreciate you letting us bend your ear.
Thanks, man.
You are welcome. And he wanders off, and now he's gone. Okay. What you guys like to do? What's next?
Did he leave his boat? He left his boat.
Sure, yeah. It's a community. There's a couple around here.
I mean, obviously there's something in the water.
Yeah.
We should
you
inspect
know-
the area thoroughly.
We don't need a boat.
So
You're just gonna walk down on the bottom of the lake?
Can you walk on water? Is this the thing that you can do, or why would we not need a boat?
You just won't breathe.
I mean, potentially.
I feel like Caleb probably comes from the water. I love the little grin that's to show that.
Trying to think of the next line, and it's just like,
I come from the water. I crawl upon the shore.
yep.
All right. Okay,
Brother,
yeah,
are
so
you
what do
gonna
you guys
steal a
wanna do?
boat? Is that what you're doing, brother? Are you stealing this nice man's boat?
Think when in Rome, steal their boats.
Yeah.
Out on the
One
water
other
we go.
question. The doctor that he referenced earlier, the one who checked out the body, did they live in this area? Or was that a different section of the town?
doctor doesn't live within Hagen Estates,
Okay.
but you do have like her office, like you have like her number and all that kind of stuff written on the back, her name, Dr. Matea Harper, coroner. And so you have her contact information. It is late on a Friday, so I don't know whether that would make sense, but you're welcome to do it. Like you're welcome to go give her a call or whatever it might be. It's fine.
Yeah. I want to see where this boat thing goes.
Me too.
All right. Okay. So is everyone going to try to steal the boat together? Is that what was that? We're all
The
hopping in?
family
apparently
that
we're
steals
gonna steal a
together.
boat.
Yep.
I could
Yeah.
Okay.
we could
I mean-
we could split the party and I could go call the doctor on a payphone somewhere.
You know, Anton actually doesn't like water that much. He's actually going to go around and see if he can't find some life preservers or some of the boating rings around, just in case.
Oh,
Just
I'm
in
sure
case
there's-
something comes up.
I'm sure he's got a life preserver on board. Probably just one though.
Right. I'm going to go find more.
While he's doing that, I'm gonna hotwire the boat.
Okay.
Wow.
Sure.
Hey.
Act under pressure, I guess.
That would make sense. Yeah.
All right, come on. You've got to roll better now. I
Caleb,
have taken
you
your
were saying
awful
something?
luck.
Why don't you just
Yeah.
use a key?
Did he leave a key?
He did not. Don't forget, you guys can like assist each other and stuff. So if you're looking
That's
to
10.
help, oh, never mind.
It's
okay.
Melissa's turn.
Okay.
I took the bad luck.
Yeah.
No, you can do things.
You absolutely are able to hotwire, bypass the ignition, and you are able to start up. You're able to start the boat, no issues whatsoever. Okay, so who is going out on the lake? Who is staying behind?
Oh.
All right. Okay, the Theodores are going out, and Caleb's going out. Okay, Corbin and Anton, are you staying back then? All right. So the Theodores and Caleb, you head on out off into the dark, placid waters of Lake Hagen. Now, Corbin and Anton, what were you going to do back on land?
All right. So Anton,
Smoke cigarettes and make a betting pool as to how long they're going to last.
yeah. So I mean, Caleb's going to be fine, but you're a little bit better at asking people questions. I kind of want to see what the doctor says about what her opinion is on how the organs were removed.
Ooh.
because we know that the organs were eaten, but it doesn't look like they were ripped out or like it was attacked by an animal. So I want to know what her opinion is on how the organs were taken out. Like, did something suck them out of the butthole, or like was I just want to hear the doctor's opinion.
You know where the doctor lives, or do we have a phone number?
Got a phone number?
Yeah, absolutely do. Yeah. Okay.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Go find a payphone.
So you guys will go find a payphone. Okay. Hop in one of the cars, leave the other, and you start heading out. Okay. So as you're driving away, we'll cut back then to the Theodores and Caleb out on the water. It is just smooth, black water. There's there's like no breeze. There's no overcast. You see this like kind of beautiful winter sky. It is cold. And like you can see that it is very cold out. And not only that, but the spray of the water is very, very cold as well. It's not quite like it's not snowing or anything like that, but it's winter time. It's North Carolina. It gets kind of cold, and especially out on the lake here, it's very, very cold. What's the plan? What are you guys thinking? What's up?
So my imagination is telling me that if there's something terrible living in the water, it has a secret lair on a small island or something like that on the lake. So hopefully, and I definitely did not check this beforehand, there's some kind of like maybe like a spotlight, flashlight, something that we could use to search.
Phil,
Yeah.
you think Donna goes anywhere without a flashlight?
That is my mistake. I apologize.
Like
Okay.
on her key ring.
Yeah, I'd be like, okay, well, you start shining your light around there. We're looking for an island. We're either going to find pirate treasure or a monster's nest.
All right. You guys spend a not inconsiderable amount of time traveling around looking for an island. And lo and behold, after probably about 45 minutes, it's a huge lake. You do, in fact, find an island. There's no trees or anything on it, but you can definitely see there's some shrubbery. It's not a very big island here or there, but you do, in fact, find one. There's nothing on it. It's just like, there's nothing built. There's no random sheds or houses on here. It's just sort of an island in the middle of a lake. So with that in mind, what do you want to do?
Well, we could park the boat,
Sure.
but I don't know that Phil knows a lot about boating. He was just excited to steal a boat.
It's more of a golfer.
Yeah, he's more of a golfer. He was, what would Donna do? And in his mind, right then and there, it was steal a boat.
Mhm.
Is there a
Should we
dock?
go look?
There is
Of course,
no dock.
we should.
There's no dock, but you can easily kind of like get this, like hop out, and one of you will get kind of cold with the water and then sort of drag it up onto the
I'll do
shore.
it.
No problem.
Okay.
No problem. You splash down into the water, very cold, but you're able to drag the boat the rest of the way up, and you guys are now on this lake. It smells. It doesn't smell like rancid or anything, but you can definitely, you can smell the fact that there's probably been a fish or two or something that's probably died here once or twice. As there's kind of a little bit of a waft of death. It's not overwhelming in any way. And there's a handful of very thick bushes that looks like when it looks like there's just, it just looks like this just hasn't quite gotten overwhelmed whenever the lake's water kind of goes high. Like you can tell, like the bushes themselves always probably stay above. I would say that it's maybe, it's maybe the size of a football field. This island,
Okay.
No bigger than that.
I'm going to be more interested walking the shore, looking for any
Okay,
dragged, unusual bones.
gotcha.
Anything pops out. Yeah.
All right, Donna and Caleb, what are the two of you doing?
Well, with this not quite so rancid smell, I guess I'll just wander the other direction with the destination unknown.
Okay. And I would do the next line, but it literally makes no sense.
It doesn't make any sense at all.
No.
So, 'cause, what would Donna like to
Donna's going to watch as Caleb goes in one direction and Phil goes in the other direction. And she kind of calls to Phil and she's going to say, I'm going to keep an eye on that one.
That is a genius idea.
And Donna's going to go with Caleb.
Oh, hey.
Okay. Okay. Why don't we'll say Phil, you can do your own. We'll say you can do your own investigate a mystery kind of deal, and then I
Sure.
would say Donna and Caleb, one of you can roll it, the other can do a help out. Maybe we can do that.
I'll do a help
And
out.
I would also like to say that Donna and Phil have little like walkie-talkies, if that's okay.
Yes, that is okay.
We have a secret series of whistles that carry a long ways. That way we can communicate over long distances.
Okay. Go ahead
Aw.
and take it looks like +1 on your roll there, Donna.
Oh, I do get. Okay. All right. Investigate mystery. Oh, that means I have a 10.
Okay. So if you're doing a 10 investigate a mystery,
It'll hold 2.
Okay, then go ahead and hold it. All right, so you can spend those holds to ask questions. I'll say that generally what you and Caleb find on your side of the island definitely looks like there's a bunch of beer cans and beer bottles. Definitely looks like this is a place where people kind of hang out, and it's not just drinking. You probably see like cigarette butts and other things like that, lighters, matches, matchbooks, stuff like that, laying on the ground. Kind of an old kind of like cooler, like dug into the sand a bit here and there. And inside there might be some actually surprisingly cold. We'll say it's North Carolina, so it's got to be shitty beer. So let's I don't know, like Budweiser or something lying there. Okay. Yeah.
Caleb, I think we
that's what
found
you
the party spot. I think probably we're not the first person who's stolen a boat and driven out here in the middle of the night.
All right.
Now,
Huh.
and Donna, you can spend your holds to ask questions. If you look at the choices, there's things like what happened here, sort of creature, what can it do, what can it hurt, where did it go, blah 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 blah. Or you can go off the book. I don't care if you just come up with something else. It's fine too. But you have 2 holds that you can spend on those questions if you wanted.
I'll pick one and Caleb can pick one. So I'll say what happened here.
Okay. It seems abundantly clear that there are some teenagers. Maybe you can tell from sort of the choice of certain beverages, because mixed in with the various like Budweisers and stuff, you can see some really kind of cheapy like wine coolers from like Bartle and James and stuff like that. So either it was like teenagers or it was like 46-year-old women named Karen. So it could be that too. That's certainly possible as well. So one of those two, it definitely looks like you were saying, like is a party place. You don't see any signs of like anyone like hurt here or anything. Like, you don't see like suddenly like a chunk of blood or like a finger in the dirt or anything. So it doesn't look like anyone was harmed here. And I would say it doesn't look like it's recent, as in you're pretty sure it didn't happen tonight. But considering there are some beverages in the cooler, probably wasn't that long ago. Maybe yesterday, day before, or something like that.
Okay.
Okay. And you can hold on to the hold. You don't necessarily have to use the other hold. So think about what you might want to do. Let me cut over to Phil.
Okay.
And then we'll describe what he gets on his side of the football
I got a
field.
5.
Yeah. That's not as good as a 10.
Yeah, that's
Not
a
sure if you
miss.
realize that.
Yeah.
Well, I don't like to just like say nothing happens, because that's no fun. So instead, what I'll say is, Phil, you actually hear some splashing in the water, and you hear like a kind of a high pitched like a kid's voice, small, like a young person's voice, like help, and you see like splashing around in the water, maybe about 10 feet away from shore. And like it looks like they're sort of splashing around, kind of drowning, almost like they're struggling.
I go save them.
Okay. So you go like a hero, like
A
my
hero.
hero, like David Hasselhoff. We just see Phil running.
Hasselhoff
lifting.
in a polo.
I mean, 89, right? It was Baywatch on 89? I feel like it was. Yeah,
I don't know. It should have.
Okay. So you come running up, and you reach down, and you're probably in like, waist high, maybe up to your chest water by the time you get out to them. And you reach down to grab them. And when you reach and grab, you just grab onto something hard. And it's like really, this doesn't feel like a person's skin, doesn't feel like a person's backpack. It just feels, well, honestly, it sort of feels like a turtle shell.
Oh.
And as you go to grab them and pull them up, you see as this sort of goblin-y like face just emerges from the water with this scaled skin that's just sort of dripping in a handful of starlight coming down, giving you the reflection. Webbed hands and feet wrap around you, and their hair is like, their head's got this like weird kind of depression in it. In a way, it's kind of almost like a flat top of the depression in it, and they're like, and they have this giant turtle shell on their back, and they're gonna grab you. I need you to roll a tough test. Straight up tough. They have a special move called wrestling grab.
11. I do okay.
11 is excellent. So you get to choose two of the following options.
All right.
You remain on your feet. You can breathe, or your arms are free. So which two options do you want? Stay on your feet, you can breathe, or your arms are free. You get two of those.
Please
First
breathe.
Breathe is a big one. Okay. Stay on my feet. Yeah.
Okay. So they have, as you're they have wrapped themselves around you. They are short, hideous looking face as they are just wrapping their arms in these gnarly legs, and they pin your arms, and they're kind of, you can feel like these claws starting to emerge from the webbed hands, and they're like digging into your skin as they're trying to just drag you down. And the ferocity and the strength of this creature is way more than you anticipated, but your arms are pinned. So what do you like to do? As they're still trying to pull you down.
With a mighty and high-pitched shriek of terror, I will turn and run back up the shore, back towards the center of the island. Okay. I don't know how this is going to go, but at least if I get out of the water, hopefully I won't drown. So that's my goal, is to just, I'm not trying to get it off me.
No problem. But give me an act under pressure roll.
To
see if you're able to continue to run out of the water without anything.
It's an 8.
Okay. So the keeper's going to give you a worse outcome, hard choice, or price to pay. This is what I'm going to say. You're moving much slower than you want. And I'm going to say you're going to get halfway to the shore, so you're in slightly shallower water. So that's one thing. You get to screech off, which it's extremely quiet. So there's no reason Donna and Caleb couldn't hear it. Obviously, you can't, because your arms are pinned. You can't hit the actual walkie-talkie, but they can certainly hear you screeching. But as you're coming up and you're still trudging, you feel your bones just sort of start to crack a little bit, and you can feel
I need those.
The hands come up to your throat as you start to screech, and they start to strangle you. Take 4 harm.
Oh, that's so much.
Wow.
Are we healed up from last time?
You are healed up.
Yes,
yeah, you are healed up. It's been 2-3 weeks since the last time.
It's still unstable though, because it's 4.
It is. It goes to unstable. I don't know what unstable does, but I am unstable.
So the other thing it's going to do, because one of the things that happens whenever you take harm, I'm supposed to have there's harm moves that I'm supposed to pull. And so whenever you take 1 harm or more, I'm going to say, because I don't want to do pass out, because that means you don't get to do anything and that's no fun. So I'm going to have you fall down. So you're running and trudging and trudging. You get halfway up to the shore to the point where they're going to be able to see you. Had you fallen down back there, like you would have been under the water.
In water.
See, but they can at least potentially see you. And you're being choked and strangled in the water by this creature, whatever it is. Yeah, there's that. So let's cut over then to Donna and Caleb, who have been looking around at this like former party site. And you suddenly hear, well, what does it sound like? What does Phil's screeching sound like?
It's a screech. It is a like high pitched, ear
Mariah
piercing.
would be jealous.
Okay. All right. So you two hear that again. Football size island. Football field size island. No, football field size island. Because otherwise, it's really close. You guys can see it. He's right there.
Oh my gosh.
What do you guys do? What do you do?
So Donna was like about to throw Caleb like a beer out of the cooler, and just suddenly
You still
like,
could.
here's
just-
this.
Does this shit all the time. So what instead would you like to do?
Run
Okay.
quickly.
Caleb, what
Not
about you?
the short way though, because like there's vegetation in the middle of the island, right?
Indeed. Yes. Yes.
So-
you basically are. It's like this.
Sorry,
thick
Phil, but
growth.
it's the beach. It's the beach way, not the short way. Because I don't want to get myself trapped on the way over to try to help
Caleb,
you.
Okay.
Caleb
Could be thorns.
didn't think that far ahead. He's going the short way.
Crap.
That a boy.
He's strong
okay.
enough. He'll make it.
Let's do as you try to like push through the brush and sort of make your way through it. Give me an act under pressure as you try to do this without harming yourself too bad.
All right, well, here we go. Yeah, I did it.
Okay. Partial
Yay.
success. I will say you're going to take, we'll do 0 harm as you're just going to take some scratches. So you basically cut yourself on a bunch of these brambles and scratches as you start moving through. So it's a 0 harm. It's not, but we'll say -1 forward. So it's going to sting at some point, like it'll sting. So your next roll will be at a -1, basically, is what it is you've moved with such speed. And I'll say that in that case, Caleb, you burst through to the other side of the lake, or excuse me, other side of the island, and you can see Phil sort of splashing around. I'm going to assume all of you have flashlights just for fun. And you can see that splashing around inside maybe about 5 feet out into the water, maybe about 3-4 feet deep of water. There is Phil. As far as you can tell, seems to be being strangled to death by a ninja turtle, possibly. Yeah.
Donatello, how could you?
And I'll be like,
And it does look, and I'm going to say this to both of you, so I'm just going to signal what seems to be happening now. Phil, there's these claws around your throat. You're being strangled, and you're being sort of dragged back into the deeper parts of the water. I turn it over to you guys. Donna, you're not there yet, but the other two of you, go ahead and act. What would you like to do?
Caleb is going to try and grab this thing by the shell and like pull him backwards, like shift their center of gravity and pull them back.
Okay.
Can I,
All right.
like, as he's doing that, grabbing that, can I kind of like put my feet, like try and like get some leverage to kind of help him?
Absolutely. Phil,
Yeah.
roll, help out. Roll, cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you try to kind of like give some extra thrust.
And I'm just gonna use my power of the heart. So when helping while fighting a monster, I just get a 10.
Oh, fantastic. That's exactly what's happening. So Caleb, the -1 you would have had is now is canceled out by this. So just roll, kick some ass, normal.
All right.
Just roll like you would normally would.
All right, let's kick some ass or kick some shell.
Oh,
Nah, it ain't gonna happen. Oh, well,
It's a partial.
never mind. Yeah. So
Okay.
I forgot about my +2. Yeah.
So you and whatever you're fighting inflict harm on each other. The amount of harm is based on the established dangers in the game. Usually means you inflict the harm rating of your weapon and your enemy inflicts a harm rating. Okay, so here's what I'll say. Okay. You come charging in and you're trying to pull the shell off. Now, I've already got the claws around Phil's throat. And so instead of doing that, they're going to turn, and they have like kind of this beaked mouth, and they're just going to go like and try to stab you with it a bit, Caleb. So they're going to inflict 2 harm, and bursts of blood erupt as their beak kind of stabs into your neck and into your shoulder and just bursts in this hilarious, like messy gore. It kind of gets all over you, Phil, as well as your face. You just got in your eyes is like is Caleb's blood. You can't do anything about it because like your arms are pinned. You're just like, and you're also being choked at this point.
Kind of the consistency of jelly at this point.
I will say the good news is that because it spent time doing that, it didn't constrict any further with the claws, and so Phil won't take more points and he won't kind of drag away. Okay, and so your damage, well, it's got armor, so don't even worry about it. It'll soak up whatever you got because you're not doing like a ton. How much you got?
3 + 1, so 4.
Yeah, you're able, like,
Sweet.
the shell's just so hard. Like,
Nice.
you're trying to pull it off. Yeah.
All right.
Okay. And it's at this point, I'll say, Donna, you show up. You can see 5 feet out into the water. Phil and Caleb are splashing around with some giant turtle that has hands and is pecking at Caleb's face and choking Phil. And that's what we see. It looks like, and it's going to continue to, it looks like it's not really slowing down either just yet. So what would you guys like to do?
So Donna is going to come running up, and she's just going to kind of be like, you get off my brother. And so she's just going to like pull Phil by the legs and just like yank him out. So like Caleb is sort of like kind of on the backside. And so Donna's just kind of pulling Phil in the other direction.
Okay. That sounds great. I think since you're specifically acting on Phil, we'll make this like, action under pressure probably, as opposed to kick some ass. So give that a roll.
Okay. I'm going to take an audience +1. I'm saying it ahead of time.
Gotcha.
Which did nothing, but thank you, audience, anyway. So it's still a partial success.
Okay.
Went from 7 to 8.
Here's what I'm going to say. Hard choice. Worse outcome. Okay.
No, Phil's head does not pop off while I pull the legs.
Oh, no.
Someone suggest that? Here's what I was going to say.
No.
You're pulling on his leg. I'm going to say...
My leg comes off. Oh, no.
I'm going to say you God damn it. You get Phil free, but there is a horrific pop in the process of doing so. And I'm going to say, Phil, you're going to have, for the rest of this mystery, you're going to have an ongoing injury of basically like a dislocated knee or something like that. Some horrible injury that's going to be extremely painful, and it's going to slow you down significantly. So that'll be that. And Donna, I'm going to say that in doing so, you drop your flashlight in the lake, and so it just sort of drops down into the water and like kind of flickers out. And so that'll be that price as well. But you are at the very least able to separate Phil from this creature. Now, with his kind of prey down, you can see this creature now kind of turns on you guys, and it is not as big in terms of height as you guys. It's not as tall. It's definitely shorter, but it is wide, and that shell is considerable. You see it begin to kind of retract its arms, and its sort of head kind of starts to tuck down as it takes this more of a defensive posture. But then it dives back down into the water, and you can see the current as it's starting to swim away from you, as it does seem like it's trying to escape. I'm going to say, Donna, Phil, you kind of are probably busy to be able to do anything about this. But Caleb, if there was something that you wanted to try to do before it escapes, please let me know if there's anything you wanted to do. Otherwise, it is going to just try to get away at this point.
No, I'm just going to let it go. Let it go. Yeah.
And at this point, that's exactly what it does. You see it like the little bit of a current go with it, and then that current dissipates, and then the lake once more goes flat. Phil, you're in a lot of pain. Your neck's got scrape marks on it. Your knee feels like it's like out of place. You look at the leg, Donna, it's like crooked a little bit. And Caleb, blood all over from the pecking on your throat.
Oh, Phil, I forgot. I'm sorry. Wrong leg. I can put that. Just pop it back. Yeah, just
Let's get to the boat. We'll pop it back there once we're away from this island. I think we're gonna have a real hard time golfing tomorrow.
oh, yeah. That you're definitely take a
Oh.
cart. Definitely.
Yeah,
Yeah. Oh, what the hell was that?
it was a turtle.
That it was standing up and choking you? That's not a thing that turtles do.
Yeah,
I
man.
agree. Yeah.
Haven't you read any comics?
I take his other arm. Take his other arm, Caleb, so he can hop between us.
Yeah, that leg's pointing in an odd
I
direction.
thought you meant something else.
Oh.
Okay.
No,
It's like, no.
knife and
right.
fork.
We'll say the three of you get back on the boat and you start heading back to shore. So before we head for that, let's cut back to Corbin and Anton, who did not go out the boat. And as we can see, that was a smart decision. And they went and they found a phone, which is not hard at all. So you find a payphone. We'll say you leave the Hagen Estates. You wave to your newfound friend Jim Furyk, and you find just like a convenience store or something down the street, like a 7-Eleven or whatever, and you hit a payphone. So do you call up Dr. Harper?
First, I'm going to make a call to my contact. He's a
Sure.
forensic specialist, Sonny
Okay.
Bravo. Basically, I'm just going to get him to cover for me because I'm going to weave
Okay.
a tale. I said, look, if you get a call from this doctor, what's the doctor's name again?
Dr. Harper, Matea Harper.
Yeah, Mattia Harper. Just tell him that I'm an official writer for Forensics Monthly,
Okay.
and that we're doing a story on him. All right.
Okay. All right. He's like, yeah, no problem, Anton. I can take care of that for you.
So you see, Sonny Bravo and I, we go squatching once in a while. You know, do a little
Sure.
Sasquatch sighting. That's how I know him.
Okay. Yeah. I got you, Anton. No problem. Happy to do it.
Right.
Okay.
Then I'll call the doctor.
All right. And I'm going to assume you guys are doing the thing where you have the phone turned out and both you can hear and both you can tell. So you're more than welcome to both participate in the conversation. Rings 3 times. And then you hear a woman's voice. Hello. Hello. Hello.
Hi, this is Anton Bukowski. I'm trying to reach the doctor.
Yeah, that's me. How you doing? I'm a doctor, but I'm not that kind of doctor. I don't deal with living people.
No, that's perfect. That's perfect. Look, the reason I'm calling, well, I'm actually in your town because there's this awesome golf tournament going on, and surprise,
Oh
surprise,
my God,
boss.
if I have to hear about that fucking golf tournament, again.
No, you'll love this next part. Look, I told my boss taking some vacation time doing this golf tournament. He says, "Hey, there's this excellent doctor down there who just, we got this pathology report that he's really interested in for the next issue of the Forensic Times. Like he wants to make you the centerpiece of the next episode, like the next zine out. And I'm kind of a reporter. I'm supposed to ask you some specifics about the encounter. We understand it's like some organ damage, eaten." Something. Yeah, I got to get the specifics. You're going to be featured in next month's
knock
issue.
over mommy's wine. Stop it. What was you're gonna make a feature about me?
Yeah. Apparently, your pathology report was just it got kicked around, and people found it very interesting. Really liked how you. I got to be honest. I'm a writer. I don't know a lot about the nuts and bolts of things, but apparently they were very impressed about how you went about doing what you do.
Well, it's way better than the freaking ingrates around here who said that it was just, they made me say it was a boating accident. It wasn't.
Oh yeah. They read between the lines. Everyone pretty much knows it wasn't a boating accident. And we'd really like to get your story on this.
Well, sure. What's your name again? Barkowski?
Yeah, here's the
Anton?
number of my supervisor. Give him Sonny's number.
Okay. Sure. What's your supervisor's name?
Sonny Bravo. He's
Sonny
the forensic
Bravo.
specialist.
That sounds nice. That's got a ring to it. Almost sounds made up. Okay. Okay. One sec.
The only thing made up
Honey.
is this outrageous pompadour he wears. Other than that,
Sweetie, you're gonna knock over mommy's wine. Don't knock over mommy's wine. Oh, now you're crying. Okay, now you're crying. Okay.
Oh, God.
Anyhow, what is it you wanted to know?
well, I'd like to hear. Sorry, Jeff. Well, I'd like to hear what you didn't put in those reports, like how were the organs extracted from the bodies? They were devoured, they were eaten.
Oh, yeah, that's the real interesting part. There was no incision or anything like that suggested like surgical removal. There were no there's a couple abrasions here and there, but it wasn't anywhere near the intestines.
You sound a
or
little dry.
something.
Have another sip of wine.
That's a good idea.
Sweetie, no, bring it here. Just bring the bottle. Just bring the bottle. Okay. So my theory that the committee member Tway, he works at a homeowners association. He thinks he's on a town council. He doesn't have any sort of political authority. He just tells you what color your walls can be painted and how far away from your curb you can put your trash. That's all he can do. And he's trying to tell me how to do my job. Anyhow, and then he gets, because he's got friends in the police department, then he can, because of whatever. Anyhow, so yeah, as I was saying, there was no incisions to suggest that anyone removed him. I thought maybe people were stealing, organs, but the lungs were there and the kidneys were there. And what kind of self-respecting black market organ harvester doesn't take the kidneys? You know what I'm talking about, Anthony? You understand what I'm saying? Okay. So they were there, and so I knew that there's no possible way that someone was just thinking, there's really no use for the intestines, and if you want the liver, you don't even need the whole liver, so why would you even take the whole liver? You just take a little tiny piece of whatever it might be. So my theory is that they took it out of an existing orifice. You there? Acorn,
Oh, yeah.
You there? Okay.
Absolutely.
So I think whoever took it somehow took the intestines and took the liver, and they somehow have an existing orifice. You see what I'm saying?
Was there any indications of that on the bodies? Enlarged nasal canals, bleeding ears, wrecked rectums.
Well, he was an older man, so he certainly had some issues in all of those places. I have it on good authority that Mr. Voss might have spent some time on Wall Street, and so his nasal cavity is sort of wide open. But I didn't see any sort of recent damage to suggest that anything came out of there. And there was certainly damage to the mouth, to the throat, but those weren't extraordinarily inconsistent with what a drowning victim might see. Although it was a little different, some abrasions around the neck and scrapes and such here and there. Ears were chock full of hair, so there's nothing getting out of there. So your guess is as good as mine. The family didn't want me to do a further investigation, and then Mr. Tway started waving his tiny dick around and telling everybody this way and that I can't do this, can't do that, and then suddenly knocking on my door. I've got, what was that officer's name? Oh, God, it's hinged.
What was that officer's name?
What was that officer's name?
What was that name?
That Officer Duffy Waldorf. What the hell kind of name?
is Duffy Waldorf comes into my laboratory and tells me how to do my job, and then says you're going to be suspended. You got no authority over me. Anyhow, is that what you're looking for, Mr. Acorn?
I'll cover the phone for a moment and say, anything else? Asking Corbin. Maybe find out where the bodies are now?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So are the bodies with the coroner still? Are they on
I am the
cold
coroner.
storage?
I thought that's
I mean,
why
yeah,
we
are they
were
still in
talking.
cold storage, or have they been claimed by family yet?
They're still in cold storage. They didn't want to do the funeral and ruin this stupid golf scramble. So it's going to be sometime next week. So we're keeping it on ice. The funeral home's probably going to pick it up on Sunday, and then they're going to take care of it then.
Perfect. Well, have another glass of wine, and we'll be sure to put everything you said in
That's a good
the
idea,
next issue of
sweetie.
Forensics.
Go fetch the other one. The other
Actually,
one!
pass me the phone.
Pass you the phone.
I want to use magic to try to charm her.
Okay.
You've had enough. Go
Okay.
to bed.
All right. Give it a roll. Give your use magic a roll.
Would you like any extra from the audience before you roll?
Yeah, I have a +1 from Devil's Luck. But basically, I want to use magic to say, never ask your child to bring you alcohol again. You horrible woman.
You don't know she's talking to a kid?
I mean, I was listening. I assume.
It's a kid. She's not. She's drunk.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll take a +1 from the audience, and I've got another +1 from earlier.
Yes, please go right ahead.
Oh
God
gosh.
bless it. I can't see what I rolled, but I saw a partial success.
You got a partial success.
7. So 2d6 plus 3 is a 7.
Okay.
Even with the +2, it only gets it to a 9. Not enough.
Even still, like that's still going to be a partial success.
Maybe not
Okay.
forever, but at least for tonight.
It's going to have a problematic side effect that might come into play later. But for now, you just hear her say,
No, sweetie, never mind. Mommy's had enough. Okay, Mr. Acorn, it's been a pleasure. Is there anything else you need from me? I'm getting very tired.
Can't hear you, Mr. Acorn.
I can't, if you're nodding, I can't hear that.
That's all we need. Thank you for your time. And remember, Mr. Acorn Banky, that's who called you tonight. You have a great night.
Acorn, click.
Acorn.
And so at this point, I'll say you guys have some information about the body, about all this and that. We've got the boat coming back from the island with the injured Phil and Caleb. You all do make it back to shore. You do make it back to the dock. We'll end it there. We'll pick it up at that point and continue the investigation in a while, because actually in 2 weeks is Christmas.
Yeah.
So we're probably going to do it in like 4 weeks then.
We aren't playing on
so-
Christmas.
I wouldn't assume that.
Who doesn't want to deal with sucking intestines out of the butthole on Christmas? Nothing says holiday spirit like intestines in the mouth from a butt.
That was the
Jeremy, do you know
origin
what
of
this is?
tinsel.
Yeah, exactly. That's what tinsel comes from.
Jeremy, do you know what the creature is?
Yeah, I mean, I assume.
Okay. All right.
I know what it is.
Yeah, I
Oh,
put
yeah?
it in chat,
Yeah,
and I was
I
like,
can
as you're
too.
describing stuff, I was like, I think it was completely
It's a
right.
fucking kappa.
When you said the thing that you said that basically clears what it is, I was
Yeah,
like,
I've
damn.
used Kappa in other games
Awesome.
of my own. I was like,
Yeah.
wait a minute.
Yes.
Mhm.
I mean, like your characters might not know it yet, but you guys know. Yeah, it's the Kappa. Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just gotta dump that
Okay.
bowl out and we'll be fine.
I was thinking Toka.
Cool.
And Razor.
No, Toka.
Right on. Well, all right. That is it. And belated thank you to Dork Tales for the raid. I saw that before. But whenever I start role playing as a drunken coroner talking about intestines being exited from various orifices, I get distracted. But thank you so much. Thank you so much. We really do appreciate it. Okay. Why don't we do a couple closing plugs? Let's get on out of here, and then we'll pay it forward and read someone else. So, Chuck, tell us about you, okay?
Wednesday on twitch.tv/Defenders of Kobold. We've got our Dungeon Crawl Classics campaign, Night Below. Bert and Jeremy are in that. We're, heading back down after they just made some orc cowboys. Friday, Joe is running away. So we're going to do a, session of The Walking Dead from Free League. So, yeah.
Well, that's fantastic. And then, Bert, what do you got going on Steam, Steal, and Murder?
Man, I don't know. I'm still miserable. I can't talk for too long without coughing. But, if I can manage it, we got some Werewolf 20th anniversary edition possibly tomorrow night. Some D&D on Friday, and we'll see from there. We'll see.
Mm-hmm. Fair enough. Jeremy, you want to tell about this Patreon?
Yeah, Aaron Reese on Patreon. If you got comics, maps, tokens, other fun stuff, check it out.
And Adam, what's going on in your neck of the woods?
We've still got lots of big announcements coming one day soon, TM. So if you just come to the website and sign up for our emailing list, then you'll be one of the first to know as soon as we make our announcements. Other than that, if you want to see the setting/game that we're creating in action, we just released an episode with Chuck in it on our YouTube channel, as it is one of our very first shows we ever did that was on our Patreon that we're releasing public. So come on our YouTube channel and check it out.
Perfect. As for us here on the Lollygaggers tomorrow night, Tuesday, we are back to Marvel Multiverse RPG. We're doing our X-Men themed campaign, and we got a giveaway. So if you like Marvel Multiverse RPG and you want to get some demi-plane codes, we got a few of those to give away, courtesy of the Marvel folks. So come hang out with us tomorrow night. Thursday, you can catch myself and Melissa and Jeremy playing some Werewolf. The Apocalypse. We're playing the current version 5. I know Bert's playing 20th anniversary edition. We're playing version 5. So come back and see what happens as we are at a cult. I don't know. It's weird. And then Friday would normally be a Warhammer Wrath and Glory game, but Aaron's busy with being a good husband and going and doing things he's supposed to do. So instead, we are going to play some Electric Bashland. We're going to do some Into the Odd. We're going to do Merry Oddmas. We're going to do our Christmas themed Electric Bashland game again. Jeremy's going to hop in and hang out with us for a one shot. So come have a little fun. Crazy fun little game. And then Saturday, our new campaign that we just started up a couple weeks back. Very excited about Call of Cthulhu. We are playing Eternal Lies, Trail of Cthulhu campaign, but we're playing in Call of Cthulhu. We are in Savannah, and we're having just a delightful time. Yes, we are indeed. And what after that? Next Monday, what do we got? Fragged Empire. I think that's the next game as well. So lots of games coming up. If you haven't followed the channel, please do. If you haven't checked out the YouTube page, please do that as well. Adventures in Lollygagging. Subscribe to all these folks. Get some good stuff. We are going to carry it forward. We're going to raid Insomnia Night RPG because they are weird and fun, and I think that fits. So have a good night, everybody. We'll see y'all later.